Hello, everybody. I noted an interesting development that I wanted to relate to y'all, and that is regarding The Little Mermaid and its lack of success at the box office, especially in the foreign market. This is something that has been much remarked by many people, and the mainstream media even can't really ignore it or can't spin it. It's more and more becoming apparent that this movie is going to lose money, or maybe it'll break even, but it's just not doing very well. It's not doing as well as it was projected to do, and this is mostly due to the foreign markets. People in other countries aren't interested in the live action version, the woke live action version of The Little Mermaid. In case you don't know why it is, quote, woke, there's first of all the casting of Ariel, in which they cast a black girl, where the story that The Little Mermaid is based on is of course a Scandinavian story. So, the cartoon had it right as far as phenotypically, or however you want to put it, in having the Little Mermaid be white, i.e., Scandinavian. I don't know if the tradition is that she's a redhead or not, but in the cartoon, of course, she's famously a redhead, and it's redheads that are getting replaced the most. That's something that. There is a redhead erasure going on that's rampant right now. You see characters who were redheads getting replaced by people of say, let us say, duskier complexions, and this is, race swapping is something that's happening an awful lot these days. It's all the rage, at least among movie makers, not so much among audiences. There's no real clamoring for it, even among minority audiences that I'm aware of. But nevertheless, they're doing it because they want to score virtue points. And anyhow, the live version of Little Mermaid is woke because not only because they changed Ariel into a black girl, but also they changed the lyrics of some songs. The song "Kiss the Girl," they tried to make it clear, oh, don't do it unless you're sure that she has that she's giving her consent. There's some ridiculous change in the lyrics about like that, and there's a couple other aspects, a couple other lyrics that were similarly changed for the similarly eye-rolling reasons. The plot is changed. In that the Little Mermaid is now she's like an independent woman. She's not just she ain't just in it for no man. I mean, she likes the guy, but she's in it. She don't need no man, right? Of course, they have to sort of throw that in. And as I understand it, I have not seen the movie. This is just what I've heard through osmosis because I'm interested in this whole phenomenon of this movie, and the fact that it's tanking is bringing me some pleasure. I understand that whereas in the original cartoon, the guy, the prince, the heroic handsome prince, was the one who killed the evil sea creature. I can't remember her name right now. The octopus, the fat octopus lady. I can't remember her name. But in this one, it's guess who kills her? It's Ariel, because girl power, right? And she don't need no man. She can kill the bad guy all by herself, or the bad lady all by herself. Don't you forget it. So they made these changes. They made this movie that nobody was really asking for. Nevertheless, it's done pretty well. Like, it's underperformed slightly in the United States, but domestically, it hasn't done badly. It's done pretty well. Under projection, but not that far under projection. Still within the realm of moderate success. But the problem is that overseas, they're just not interested in this crap. They're not interested in a race swapping Little Mermaid, and it's hilariously it's the Asian countries. It's China and South Korea. I hear those two get mentioned the most. I don't know what the case is with Japan. I haven't heard whether Japan is into this movie or not. But Japan is not as much of a market as those other two countries are, especially China. China's the big market that everyone is trying to gear themselves towards. It's the big growing market, and in China they don't like it. And there was even some official paper in China that put forth an article that said something like, we're not into this. We have, we treasure the original story of The Little Mermaid, and we don't think we're not into this minority casting thing, and interestingly, this is the tack that the mainstream media has now taken. If you go to a search engine and type in Little Mermaid racist backlash, just type in those 4 words, and you'll see that there's an article that's been written and it's been reprinted at various mainstream media outlets like CNN, Entertainment Weekly, and a couple other places. And basically they're ripping on the Asians. They're ripping on the Chinese and the South Koreans for being racist, for hating black people. So I mean, now it's okay to be down on Asians. I thought we were supposed to. I thought they weren't, because they weren't white. Anybody who's not white, you were supposed to sort of say, yeah, they're good, they're better. We need to privilege their perspective. We need to privilege their point of view. We need more representation. All the rhetoric, all the gobbledygook. But no pun intended with the last syllable of that last word I just said, gobbledygook. Anyway. So now they're these Western outlets, these mainstream media, neoliberal Western outlets, are all about attacking China and South Korea and Asians generally for being racist. Why? Because they're not into a black girl as the Little Mermaid. They like the white girl. They like the story. Which comes out of history, which comes out of mythology, which was faithfully reflected in the cartoon version of the movie that was made in the late 80s. But of course today, it's not, because reasons, because everything has to be diverse and so forth. So they're just saying, we don't want this race swapping thing. And they're getting attacked for it. You kind of think that what I find interesting about all this is, you kind of think that the mainstream media would soft pedal this. They would sort of, not want to draw too much attention to this, because if you think by their mentality, thinking anything bad about anyone who is not white, is you really don't want to do that. That's why they soft pedal black crime statistics. That's why whenever there's a crime that involves a bunch of black people, they never identify, or rarely identify, the perpetrator. That's why they don't want to. They think, and the reason what they say to justify this to themselves is that, oh well, this will just make white people get racist if they see all these black people committing crimes, i.e. reality, i.e. that's what's happening. These black people are committing these crimes, and they do commit crime disproportionately. It's just a fact. But you really don't want to say that. You want to cover that up. It's not very tasteful. It would be racist to just show a picture of the armed robber of the gas station on the corner, the other night or whatever, and let us see, his countenance. So normally, they would if there's this problem of Asians not liking black people, or aesthetically preferring the white girl, and you could want that for non-racist reasons. You can want that just because it's true to the text, it's true to the history of the tale. It's true. Like I said, it's Scandinavian folklore, Scandinavia. Need I say more? But nevertheless, the fact that they have expressed this preference, and the fact that they've shown this preference by not going to this movie, they've really, it's the foreign box office that's really knocked The Little Mermaid, way off of its projections, and likely to knock them into debt, or likely to wind up with the movie, which cost a hell of a lot to make and a hell of a lot to advertise for. They'll probably end up losing something on it, so it'll be yet another loss for Disney. And this time the loss is being handed to them not by white people, not by the evil conservative red state Trump voting white people, but by Chinese and South Koreans. And now it's like, I think it's just notable to see that the mainstream media is trying to heap scorn on Asians, on Asians living in their traditional countries, China and South Korea in particular, and talk about, there's this racist problem, and sort of give them the white people treatment, and say, the Little Mermaid is getting this backlash because all these Asians are so racist against black people. It's showing that now that's the gambit that they're willing to play. A little while, wasn't there a Stop Asian Hate thing going on just a little while ago, just like a few months ago, a couple years ago? Wasn't it Stop Asian Hate everywhere? Stop Asian Hate, Stop Asian Hate. Now they're fomenting it. They're fomenting it by saying, all you evil racist Chinese, South Koreans, they're talking about Chinese and South Koreans like they would usually talk about people like me and like probably you, I'm guessing, if you're watching this channel. Anyhow, that's just an interesting development, and I thought I would comment on it. And again, if you want to see for yourself, just type in Little Mermaid racist backlash, and it's entertaining. I mean, you got to laugh. Again, you got to laugh at the kind of stuff that they try to pull. They really have no shame. the media. They have no compunction to tell the truth, and they have no shame at all. And they are worthy of our loathing, our full-throated loathing, and I certainly give them mine. So thanks for watching. Leave your comments below, and talk to y'all soon.